What's up, y'all? I'm your girl, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink. Yes, this is Racism Against Black Women. Yes, episode. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You know, it just don't stop the racism against black women, I tell you. You know, I think us black women, we just daily try to ignore it, or we see it and we just, try to maneuver out of it, or, well, I won't say out of it because lots of them can't get out of it, but you just try to maneuver through it. You deal with it and just keep going. When people do certain things to you, mistreat you, and it's all the root of it is racism against black women. And it's amazing, because it's still that thing that people think that they can treat black women however they want to. They just feel like they can say anything to us. And again, when I'm talking about racism against black women, a lot of times I'm talking about the customer service, the racism you see in the customer service, where they will disrespect you, not give you service, fuss at you like you a child, and then let another race come up there, someone who is not black, and they will be just so accommodating, so nice and kind, and you sit here looking like, I was just up there and you just fussed me out like I was a child, or you didn't even give me customer service. Have you ever wound up, black women, have you ever went up so you've been in line like at a bank or somewhere, or at a store somewhere, so you in line and you didn't see all the great customer service that they've given all the other people in front of you. None of them were black. But then you get up there, the black woman, they don't even say, can I help you? They just look at you. Like, okay, hi, how are you? I would like, because you were trying to make the best of it, because you just see all that discrimination. You're like, man, you didn't sit here and been nice to everybody. Ask people, can I help you? What can I do for you? Then the black woman up there, they don't even say, can I help you? And this is their job, customer service. Amazing. There's a lot of racism on the buses. Yes, I do have a car, but I have the right to catch the bus if I want to. This is, matter of fact, this is public buses. This is a public service that cities and states and counties provide, and they need to be treating their bus drivers, train drivers, whatever the public transportation is, should be treating black women right and not discriminating against black women. This is not your bus. This is not a private entity. This is a public service. And so you have this deal with so much discrimination against the bus that the bus drivers put on you, that bus drivers do racism against black women. And it's just sad. It's so sad. I just experienced even just tonight. So I'm just getting on the bus, trying to get home like everybody else, right? And the bus drivers just start attacking me as soon as I get on the bus with, we can't just, and I'm just like, well, I usually just stand right here, because sometimes I don't sit on them seats, because I know some of the bus driver people told me, and maybe people don't, them seats are not clean, and again, I know some people put bags on them, and I do keep, like some, I keep newspaper, if I need to put something down, I really feel like I need to put down. But, especially as women, we really got to watch sitting on them seats. You know what I'm talking about. But, germs on them bus seats. Bus seats, train seats, you know what I'm saying? Because they're not being constantly cleaned. Again, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for public transportation, so I ain't putting them down because I do like public transportation. But anyway, so I was standing, where I usually always stand, just out the way, and he just started but he didn't even really let me get position. I was trying to get my card out to go. He just started attacking me. Well, you can't stand, And so I moved, out the way, even though that's where I always stand. I just have no challenges, because I talk to a lot of bus drivers. A lot of them are very friendly with, they know me, and they're very kind to me, and different things like that, So, you have the good ones too. And lo and behold, he let people who were not black stand in the same place he kept telling me he couldn't stand. And so I'm sitting here like, just racism all over, So it's not about that we can, which I know legally, and that we can stand it, But it's just, when you're a black woman too, when you're dealing with racism, really it's best to just, even though what they're saying is wrong, and you already know they discriminate against you because you're a black woman and it's racism, you just still try to, do what it is they need you to do, so you just stay out there with, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I did, basically. But, to sit and watch after this man attacked me. I mean, he didn't say hello. He didn't say, can I help you? He didn't say nothing. And I got on the bus, peaceful, quiet, just got on the bus, put my stuff down, was geared to go pay, and he just verbally attacked me. You know what I'm saying? No customer service in it. Now, he didn't say nothing to the people who were not black that stood in that same place. He didn't say not one word. Matter of fact, I went and I asked him, I said, now, you told me, you attacked me for standing right here. And now you've let other people stand here who are not black. I mean, that seems very racist. Because actually, that's the I was telling them then. I feel like that was racist because, it was actually, at that time, there was a girl standing right next to me who was not black, and he was not saying nothing to her. He was just constantly attacking me, the black woman. And it's just not right because it's right off racism. No matter how many times other people know, it's because he wants you to know, no, it's racism. The root of it is racism. Because, and this, I was able to show the full example because when anybody else stood right there, he didn't say not one word. And especially when the men, and you always got to watch that too, because sometimes they'll be very racist against black women, attack black women, say negative things about black women. And again, we're talking about in the customer service realm. So buses, trains, and stores, just think of any customer service, black women, or those of you that are not black women. If you work in customer service, don't do this to black women. And make sure you treat black women with the same respect and customer service as you treat everybody else. Don't think because it's a black woman that you could be mean to her or not give her good customer service because you feel like you don't have to give the black woman. I'm spending money too. I'm like, I done paid to ride on this bus just like you. Matter of fact, a lot of times a lot of people who are not black don't even pay to get on the bus. They just get on the you always got to throw that one. Now I'm a customer too. Do you talk to all your customers like this? And they don't. They only doing you like that because you're a black woman, so they feel they can get away with it. And unfortunately, sometimes they do because sometimes people don't even care about how they treat the black woman. They care more about how they treat other races than they treat the black woman. And it's not right. It is not right. So although black women, you're dealing with the racism at the time, especially when you're by some, because y'all know I love me to be gossip. We be rolling. You know what I'm saying? We be going, But also, you have to keep in mind that when you're a black woman and you are rolling by yourself with your confidence, know who you are, and you trying to run your errands, do what you got to do. Also, when you by yourself, they attack you more. You know what I'm saying? They attack you more. But I'll turn this camera on. As soon as I feel unsafe, I'm like, camera, And then they change the whole tune. Because when I turn the camera on, then the bus driver's like, well, let me explain. This is not to explain. I'm sitting you. As soon as I got on the bus, I had not said one word to you. Meaning I didn't say nothing negative to him. Sometimes I do tell him hello when I get him, But I think I was just trying to, get on so I get my card down and go back up there, right there and pay. Right there, because everything's right there in the front, right where I was standing. And then they just put out my card to pay, to tap my card, and he just attacked me. And even when I was just like, well, sir, can because you stay respectful, because again, a lot of times they attack black women and they're wanting you to get upset. They're wanting you to be negative. But also I'm a Christian, name of Jesus. I pray, again, that don't make us perfect because again, when you deal with so much racism, sometimes you're like, no, wait a minute. But even Jesus, when Jesus didn't play either, because even Jesus, when he went in the church, he turned over them tables like, y'all not gonna make my church a house of thieves, a house of den of thieves here. So sometimes people want to always act like, well, now Jesus, now a Christian would. No, Christian would, because Jesus loves you and Jesus wants you to be able to stand up and stand against injustice. But when we're by ourselves, especially, you got to watch it. Now, thank God there's cameras on the buses. You got your camera and all different things and stuff like that. Because you have to, why? Because you need evidence, because a lot of times when they attack black women, say things to black women negatively and or security is stalking you, and they're just doing, just picking, just doing negative things out of the root of racism because they're doing racism against black women. You got to have proof. Because a lot of times, again, back to this pretty beautiful skin color, because we know we're beautiful, right? But back to our beautiful skin color, some people don't see us as beautiful. And some people see us as someone that they can easily attack or pick on and get away with it. because they feel like, maybe sometimes people don't care about how you treat a black woman. If you mistreat a black woman, but that's why you turn that camera on for your proof. And then there is, if you're in a store, there's going to be store cameras where you get that attorney and have that attorney get that camera pulled, and that camera, especially in stores with security, the camera will show how the security may have been stalking you the whole time throughout the store, and you ain't done nothing wrong. All you doing is trying to shop. You doing like everybody else regularly in the store, So it reminds me of that hashtag black people doing regular things, or black people doing normal things, but people still accusing them of wrong, or just because of the color of your skin, they automatically are suspicious of you or think you're going to do something wrong, which that is not right. And especially they do that to a black woman, especially if you're by yourself. They act like it's open field. They really start attacking you. And I think I had my camera on when he did start, because one thing to remember, when they start attacking, turn that camera on. Because when you feel unsafe, that is okay to turn your camera on, because you don't know what this person is going to do next. You just get on the bus and all of a sudden someone is yelling at you, and you're just like, okay, I'm a customer. I help pay for this person's salary. What is going on? Why he's attacking me, a customer, and I haven't done anything wrong to him, and then it's a man, because I know it's the men that stood there. He didn't say not one word to them, So a lot of times too, like when you invite, sometimes they won't even say anything to the black man, but they will attack the black woman, and say all kind of negative and racist stuff to you, the black woman. And if you're watching this video, and if you, I was going to say, if you are, of another race, or if you are a black man, because sometimes black men, they mistreat the black woman, but actually sometimes black women mistreat other black women, which is right. And I just look at that like, what is wrong with you? You're a black woman and you deal with the same racism, so how you going to put that same racism on other black women? And be racist and treat the black woman negative or less than, act like you don't even value the black woman. But as soon as another race comes, yes, can I help you? Oh, and just be, okay, well, do that with the black woman too. Don't let down all of a sudden devalue or don't value the black woman as a customer, because the black woman is paying just like this person you hee-hawing with who is not black. That's what sometimes too, is us black women, we got to watch what we spending our money. You know what I'm saying? You go in somewhere and every time you turn around, they following you all over the store, or they're not giving you the same customer service. I mean, you see how Target right now, I know a lot of times they're talking about how Target is losing profits from them taking their DEI programs out and different things like this. A lot of people are not shopping at Target. And so it can make a difference where you spend your money and how you spend your money. And if people are mistreating you and seeing you as wrong because you are a black person, and then especially because you are a black woman, then you want to, maybe not give your money there, And if it is a public government place like these buses, you report, because they are not driving a private bus where they can pick and choose who they let do. No, this is a public bus. You have to be fair. You have to treat all races and ethnicities fairly. You know what I'm saying? But I think I did turn my phone on when he was fussing, but you always want to turn it on right, and you ain't got to let them know you turn it on, because they're the one making you feel unsafe. So, you turn that on and let the world see all this stuff they seeing, and you ain't said a word. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to live. You trying to get on the bus so you can go home. Like everybody else on the bus, because he ain't said nothing negative to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? But then when I turned the camera on, he actually seen the door. He told me, well, let me, he talking all soft. I'm like, no, that's not what you just did when I got on this bus. When I got on this bus, I was quiet, got on here, just trying to get my money to pay, to tap my card to pay, and you just started attacking me. And now you got people standing in the same spot that you attacked me for standing at, and you not saying one word, but neither one of them people were black. So see, that's racism, and I like to see those examples, because clearly you see the racism in it. If a black woman just done the same thing that now somebody else is doing after she is doing it, again, not nothing wrong, just normal activity, but all of a sudden, and they try to accuse the black woman doing something wrong, just attack the black woman, she wasn't even doing nothing wrong. But then you get people of other race do something wrong, or do what they told the black woman not to do, and then the person don't say anything. And I'm saying this generic because it could be in a store, it could be on a bus, it could be just whatever your scenario may be, and you're watching that whole thing play out, and you're like, now you just attacked me for standing. And I'm a paying customer, and I do nothing wrong, not in the way, because people still go buy different things. So, but again, it goes back to that people think it's okay to attack black women. They think it's okay because he didn't attack none of the people who were not black that were standing right there. Now, matter of fact, it was three different people. Because like I said, after 2, I was like, wait a minute now, you told me to not stand, and you got, well, the bus is not packed, there's a seat, he just kept coming up, but it's, I'm like, okay, because I had the camera on, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you need to turn this camera on, because people, they act different when they realize, oh, it's not you by yourself. Now they doing this for the world to see. Because they already know they're doing wrong. A lot of times people are doing racism against you black women, against us black women. They know they wrong. They know they wrong. But they think that they can just do it because they think it's just you and them. And so they think they can just, talk to you any type of way or discriminate against you, do racism against you because they don't value you as a black woman, and that, no one else will know or whatever. No, that's why you turn that camera. No, boo-boo. The world about to see this. The world is about to see this. Yeah, when you feel unsafe, yeah, you can turn them cameras on. Yes, because you just made me feel unsafe. If as soon as I get on this bus, you start verbally attacking me and I'm not doing nothing wrong to you, and I'm a paying customer, I don't know what you're going to do next. So I need to at least record it to make sure, to protect myself, because a lot of times these video cameras can be protection. Because a lot of times too, people will stop doing what they was about to do to you negatively, when they say, because they don't want nothing done on camera, So, I'm just, trying to get home and you didn't attack me all on this bus. Oh, and going back to black women attacking the other black women. Atlanta airport, Atlanta airport, I always have to pray for them. They're getting better though, but because that airport is black people, but you will have black people attacking other black, and you're doing nothing wrong, but they don't do it to people who are not, which actually, don't get me wrong, when people are attacking people and doing wrong, you shouldn't do it to no race, to nobody. But I'm just saying, they will do it to the black woman, but will not do it to other, they will attack black women and do racism against black women, but they will make sure they're very nice to other ethnicities and races that are not black. And the key goal is be nice to everybody. Be nice to the black woman. Don't be suspicious of the black woman. The color of her skin, what gets me sometimes? While people just in general, I'm talking in general, when people are so much acting like they're suspicious of black people and the black woman, it's not even us that's doing the things to them. They so watching us so much and run right into the person that does something wrong to them. They're not even black. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so you watching me, and they about to do something to you. It just be, so, as far as suspicion, and that goes to when you're dealing with security or, just people in general looking at you like you're going to do something to them. I'm like, I'm harmless. I'm not doing nothing to you, but you need to watch that one right there because, because that person isn't black, but, and how amazing it is sometimes we're places and other races are just doing all kind of crazy stuff, and they're so busy watching you, the black woman, because they think you the one that's going, and you're not doing nothing wrong. And this person who's not black is setting fires at the bus stop, and but no one's afraid of this one. You're like, what in the world? But you just gotta keep your joy at all, black women. We still keep our joy, but we do discuss it, and we do sue. We do get attorneys, and we do lawsuits, and we do write people up. Yes, we do, because you got to know that if they're doing it to you, they're doing it to other black people. They're doing it to other black women. So it's about also helping the next black person that comes along. And that person may not need to be in that job capacity. If they can't deal with everybody in the public, because you're not just going to deal with all races and no black people. You're going to deal with black people and everybody. You're going to deal with all of us. And you should be treating everybody with the same respect and the same good, positive, excellent customer service. You can't just pick and choose on who you're going to give good customer service to and who you're not going to when you in the public realm and you're doing customer service. And that's from, like I said, the bus drivers to when you're in stores, cashiers, to when you're doing security, you know what I'm saying? So while I was talking about how other black women, so I was in Atlanta, so you're in the bathroom freshening up, because when you fly, maybe you gotta wait for another flight, and different things like that. So all races go and freshen up, and they can spend lots of time in the bathroom freshening up, and no one says nothing to them. I literally had a black girl, a young black girl who's cleaning the bathrooms. Not the matter, come out. Just like what you talking to a kid. Now here I am, I'm a paid flying. I paid yourself. I'm in this airport buying something. What? So and come out, And I'm just like, okay, in my mind, I'm like, okay, what is going on? And I think I turned my camera on. I believe in turning this, because you can't make this stuff up. And so sometimes you have to literally videotape it so people see what you just experienced. Because darn well this black girl is not going to say that to people who are not black. But she felt comfortable to tell me as a black woman that I had to come out of the bath. I'm like, well, I'm fresh enough. Well, it's time for you to come out. You've been in there long. I was not in there that long, y'all. Not at all. But it just goes back to even us black, when we go to the bathroom, they clocking the time you're in the bathroom, or suspicious of you like you're doing something wrong. I mean, I'm like, it's ridiculous. I had heard that before, where other black women talked about when they go to the bathroom at different places, how you have security or just different people, they don't know what you're doing in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. I'm using it. We can't even use the bathroom in peace. You know what I'm saying? And you're in a bathroom stall now, y'all. You're in the bathroom stall. This girl, that's all. I said, do you talk to all your customers like this? Because that sounded very racist. So you talk to, and then she sort of got, I said, no, because I go to meetings, and I do. I go to the government meetings. I go to the public meetings. I'm like, this, I got to tell them about this. I'm like, what is going on? Because you're not doing, you didn't do nothing wrong. You have not said nothing to this person that works in the bathroom, cleaning up the bathrooms, and they attacking you. You're like, do you do? And they don't do it. So no, they not once gonna knock on a door of a person who is not a black woman talking about you gotta come in. I was insulted, and just so that's what I said. But as black women, we just have to pray. We have to pray, because spiritually, too, you got to watch, because we know spiritually, that spirit always try to get you upset. So you have to pray, but you do still, God give you the words to say, to still, speak up about the injustice. Just say, do you do this to everyone? Or you sometimes don't even say anything, but you look at their badge numbers, and you write down their descriptions and where you were at, and get the time so you can report them, because that's not right. You should be able to peacefully go to the bathroom in airports or movie theater, wherever you are, without people think you're in the bathroom doing something. And then I have asthma, so sometimes I'm trying to do my puffer and trying to breathe, and you got somebody. Oh my Lord Jesus! Y'all know I'm a comedian Michelle Hope Walker. I make light of it, maybe in the sense of, I guess because you can't believe this stuff is happening. You're like, is people really doing this to black women? Yes, they are. They are. Oh yes, they will attack black women verbally and physically, and sometimes we've seen on TV, on the news, just for nothing, just because they felt like it. And a lot of times because they feel like they can mistreat black women and discriminate and do racism against black women and get away with it, because they just feel like people don't care about black women. But black women, we love ourselves and we value ourselves enough to stand up for our rights. Now also, again, you weigh out the battles you want to, you pick the battles, the ones you want to battle. You know what I'm saying? Because again, as black women, we experience discrimination all day long and racism. And so it just comes to a point too that you like, again, Christian terms, I'm not going to let this rob me of my joy. The devil is a lie. No, not going to let no, so you deal with it, sometimes you just go ahead and do what they ask you to do, and you just keep moving, you keep your joy. Because it's racism. They ain't gonna do nobody else like that. They ain't gonna do nobody how they just did you, the black woman. But because you're a black woman, they feel like it's okay to discriminate and be racist against black women and treat black women bad. But the thing is, that's where your self-love. You love yourself, and you pray for that person too, that something is wrong with their mind, that they think it is okay to treat black women less than, but you're valuable as a black woman. You're beautiful. You're smart, and everything, and then again, when you have a relationship with God, you're like, God love me. I know who I am. I'm beautiful. I'm a queen. And so, you keep with the joy. Even if you have to address issues or report them to the supervisor or write something up or videotape, whatever you got to do for safety, you know what I'm saying? You still, God wants you to handle that's showing yourself love too. That's also showing yourself that you're valuable. You love yourself, and you know that you should not be treated that way. So you need to let everyone else know what this person has just done, because this is not right. And so you let their supervisors know, especially when you're feeling unsafe, you turn the video on, because you're, for safety, you know what I'm saying? So even if they attack you, at least maybe your phone will be able to show what happened. Because when people start talking at you and attacking you verbally, and then acting like they about to attack you physically, you need to get this camera on, because you know what folks gonna do next. You know what I'm saying? So. And again, walking away, but while the camera's on, especially if they look like they about to walk away too, if they coming close up to you, But it's sad, but these are things that us black women have to experience. No other race of women have to experience this on the level that black women have to experience this. And it's just sad, And I mean, what you talk about racism, black women? Well, you know what, honey? Because we experience racism every day. You lucky I ain't on here every day talking about it. Because we experience it every day. A lot of times I just diffuse it, or I just ignore it. My thing is I'm trying to get from A to B. So, as long as they ain't putting their hands on me, I'm just, I just ignore what they're saying, or the negative treatment. They treat you like you a dog, or like, no, matter of fact, they treat pets. They treat dogs better than they treat black women. They treat dogs and cats and pets better than they treat black women. Yes, some people will. Yeah, oh yeah. I was gonna say treat like a dog, but I forgot, especially out here in LA, they treat dogs and cats better than they treat black women sometimes. So some of them, when they see you, they first they see you as negative, and you're not negative, and I do that running joke of, it's sad that with black people, we are the most provenest people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when people see other races, they don't automatically get suspicious. They don't automatically get scared of them. They don't automatically feel that this person's gonna do something, or whatever the case might be. But when they see us, sometimes they get scared, sometimes they acting like they just start treating you negative, they just start doing racist against you. You're like, what is it? And it's all because of skin color. It's all because you're a black person. And somebody else reminded me too, because of sometimes maybe our features or whatever, or the case might be. Because we all come in all kind of different styles. We all wear our hair different styles, and so do other races. Other races wear their hair all kind of stuff, but they still do not get, their hairstyle does not get, they don't get criminalized because of their hairstyle, or because of their style. They only do that to black women. They also constantly trying to police our hair. I'm gonna wear my hair the way I want to wear my hair. As long as I'm not doing nothing wrong to you, you can't be trying to criminalize me. No, don't be trying to criminalize me because you don't like my style. Your job capacity is not about if you like me or not. It's not about if you like my look or not. It's about that your job is to provide great customer service. That's what your part of your job is. I know I'm beautiful. I don't need you to tell me I'm beautiful. I know I'm beautiful. What I need you to do is provide good customer service and give me the same good customer service, me the black woman, the same good customer service you are giving all these other people who are not black and who are not black women. Hello, that's the goal. Well, because they, I thought because you look like this and you had this or you had it back, that don't mean nothing. And who are you to be judging? You're supposed to be providing customer service. That's what you're supposed to be providing, and providing good customer service to all of us. Okay, black people, black women included, all of us. You can't just provide good customer service for people who are not black, and then look at black people, and especially then look at black women and don't want to give them no service. We're spending money just like everybody else. Y'all. All right, y'all, I'm going to wrap this video. Let me see, because I don't like to go past 30 minutes. But it's just, again, racism against black women. This is the ongoing documentary. Yes, the DocuSeries. Racism against black women. It's wrong. It is wrong. Don't do it. It's not right. It does not feel good. And we don't deserve that. And that's why I tell black women, black people, sue. Sue, write down all the videotape the information and tell their supervisors. Yes. And then still have your peace and joy. And again, pick your battles. So sometimes, just, y'all know how many times and how many days throughout I just go through it, I just ignore it and I just keep going because I got things to do and I ain't got time to let this person. But sometimes you do need to address certain things and you still got your joy and peace, and matter of fact, that helps you to address it because you're showing your value. All right, I'm your girl, rapper, singer, Blondie Pink, comedian, actress, civil rights leader, Michelle Hope Walker. Black women stay strong and happy Mother's Day out there. So today's date is May 2nd, 2025, and it's Friday. God bless to all of you all beautiful black women and all of us. Hey.